I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The mission of the Marshall Public Schools is to educate, support, and prepare all learners for success. Our next item is approval of the agenda. I will make a motion.
I'll second.
Was that Aaron?
Yes.
Okay. Why did I do that? Okay, is there any additions or questions on the agenda? If not, I'll call for the vote.
Yeah.
And that is approved. Our next item is welcoming all of our new teachers. It's so great to see all of you here, and welcome to your first board meeting at Marshall Public Schools. Beth, are you going to say something first? Okay.
Is there a song and dance for us?
Can you guys hear Beth? No, they can't.
Can you hear us now?
Yep.
All right. Yeah? All right, we're ready? All right, so my name is Beth Ritter, Director of Teaching and Learning, and I'm here with Amanda this afternoon. We're very excited to welcome our new staff members to Marshall Public Schools. We welcomed them a couple weeks ago during our new teacher workshop, and now they are diving in on their first day.
We have 15 brand new teachers to Marshall Public Schools, pre-K through 12. We have 5 teachers that transitioned to a different position within the district. And then we have 2 new administrators, both within the district as well. So at this time, we would like them to come up, and we'll just have them come up one at a time, and we'll start with Megan.
Hi, my name is Megan Kermeen, and I'm early childhood special ed teacher here in the middle school in the early Little Cubs. And I previously worked in the Northfield School District for 3.5 years before coming here to Marshall. Hello, I'm Katie Riggy, and I also am early childhood special ed. I grew up in Cottonwood, and I have been in the education field since 2008. And I've lived in Brainerd, Gillette, Wyoming, Northfield, and now I'm here and plan on being here for a very long time. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Rachel Peters. I will be teaching cultures and health at the high school and then PE at Parkside for kindergarten. I'm from Marshall and I'm excited to be back. And I taught in Worthington for 3 years before this. Yes, you too.
My kids.
Hello, my name is Rocio Filase, a new EL teacher at the high school. This is my 16th year teaching, and I was previously teaching at Montevideo High School and previously in Pipestone, so in the area. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Allery Bullerman. I teach preschool here at the middle school at Little Cubs. I teach 3s and 4s. Before this, I was actually a home daycare provider for 6 years. And then when we lived in Crookston, I was a preschool teacher as well.
Hi, I'm Rachel Johnson. I'm teaching special education at Parkside, and this is my first year teaching. And so I am Taylor Erickson, and I am a special education teacher at Westside Elementary, and I am a fresh grad. I graduated from Minnesota State up in Moorhead. Hello, I'm Emily Christopher, and I'll be teaching here at the middle school in art. So I'm very excited about that, and I have 2 years of experience. I just came from RTR, so thank you.
Hello, my name is Bennett Apple. I'll be a kindergarten teacher here at Parkside. I'm a recent graduate of SMSU, first year teacher, and I'm originally from Fulda, Minnesota, and very excited to be here. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jenna Christensen. I will be teaching special ed between Westside and the middle school and a little bit of title over at Samuel Lutheran. And I just graduated. This is my first year teaching, and I'm also from Marshall, Minnesota, so I'm glad to be back.
All right, hi, my name is Brad Ballman. I'll be teaching U.S. history over at the high school as well as coaching football and baseball. And this is my first year teaching, and I'm from Marshall High School in Marshall, Minnesota.
Brad was one of my kids too.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to all of you. Can you guys still hear me? Okay, welcome to all of you and wish you well in your first year. This is rather extenuating circumstances that we all come into this at the end of last year and this year, and especially you first year teachers. I know this is not what you're expecting when you're going through college. So just like to welcome you all again. I wish I could see your entire face, but we can't do that. So good luck this year. And thank you all for coming.
I would like to add to that, as a new teacher to the Marshall Public Schools, one thing I'll tell you is we worked a long time to get the mentor positions in place. We're one of the first districts in the state to have mentors. And what I'm going to tell you as new teachers is there's no such a thing as a dumb question. And the go-to person is your mentor, somebody you can trust. It's a trust relationship. So if you got a question, ask your mentor, and they're there to help. We want you to be successful. And thank you for coming to Marshall. You will be a gift to our kids. I need to speak to you 1 minute. When I first taught, I taught in the inner city in St. Paul, and one of my college buddies was the first male kindergarten teacher in St. Paul schools. So welcome aboard. We need more men in the primary grades, so appreciate that. Are you going to do some coaching? With what? Good for you. Welcome aboard, everyone. Have a good year.
And you're welcome to stay.
Welcome
Michelle's
to
welcome
stay.
to leave if you want. You don't have to stay. That's what I.
Okay, our next item is board reports or updates. Does anybody have anything they want to report?
I don't.
If not, we'll move on. Sorry.
Sarah, I think you did.
Yeah, sorry, I do have,
Sorry,
I
Sarah.
just wanted to report the Bond Oversight Committee met about 2 weeks ago. We're continuing to meet regularly, going over all of the building information. Got some great updates about the status of Parkside. Things seem to be moving along there. And then also with the new elementary school, and it's really neat to watch it all go up. So I'd encourage everybody to drive by and see the progress, and everything is continuing to be right on track.
Very good, thank you.
It's cool to see.
Return to learn update. Jeremy.
There's a couple things I want to share with everyone. You know, we see the county numbers and such, and watching with the COVID rates and what's going on there. I want to remind you that we are in, or let you know, we are in frequent communications with public health and MDH, and looking at what's going on in our community, and with a return to learn plan. At this time, we do remain in our hybrid model. Our numbers are still holding, and certainly while we review those numbers as a starting point for conversation. So at this point, the recommendation is to stay with our hybrid model. Nice to get students back in the building today and get going with that. The first few weeks we'll be teaching a lot of those safety protocols, including the face covering, social distancing, frequent hand washing, additional cleaning things and such that are going on in all of our classrooms. Looking at some work with students, with our school nurses, they've been doing a lot of extra work this fall, getting in this summer, getting us ready for this fall. They shared a lot of information with families and with our staff over the last week to get things kind of up and going. They've been a great resource for us. We really got a great team there. They shared a document with us last week that came from MDH, a decision-making tree that helps with those questions. So if somebody gets sick or somebody comes down with symptoms of COVID or that sort of thing, what do we do? And the MDH produced this document last week that walks us through with every step, how that works, what that looks like. So the nurses are helping track that, as well as COVID coordinator at each site, which is the building principal at each site. And then Tricia and I over in the district office kind of overseeing the district processes with that and the consistency piece. So that's been going well so far. And then key piece is also looking at bus routes, bus times that came out last week. We got those bus routes determined. That was a challenge for us to get that together, the bus routes and how to make that all work. So we did have to adjust start time and end times of some buildings to kind of put those pieces together. Start time elementary will remain 8 o'clock. We needed to go to 2:45 dismissal so we could run the elementary routes on the buses and come back and pick up secondary kids. And then same thing in the morning, they're dropping the elementary off and then picking up and then bringing the secondary kids back. So secondary is 5 through 12 is where we're defining that. So middle school, high school, starting those days at 8:15 and then ending at 3:15, so giving us the hour. And then still the early dismissals on Wednesdays. That was something we had to make happen to get the bus routes run, but we feel we have a plan that will work there, and that's we're ready to run with that one. We would like to just keep those bus times in the hybrid or face-to-face just to have consistency for our families and for our students with coming to school. And then the buildings, they've been doing those building specific pieces, looking at schedules for students and for families, arranging open houses, assessment times. That all started today. We visited each of the sites today and things are going really smoothly there. A lot of things in place. You walk down the hallways, they have roads taped off, and the high school has a couple roundabouts taped off. So if you're curious how to do that, you want to practice. I'm gonna bring my daughter up there to practice for driving with a roundabout. It's some things that are different. It looks different, feels different, but it's working. That was working well today. Certainly a lot of unique challenges, but it's good to see things coming together. Good to have people back in the buildings, and I feel things are going well right now. Questions for any board members on that?
Thanks for all the work, Jeremy. I know my two granddaughters were excited to be able to come back to school.
Yeah. A lot of smiling faces when you see kids walking through the door. It's good to have them back in.
Okay, moving on. Our next item is enrollment update. Jeremy?
And that's posted as an agenda item as well. Just want to share with you this was as of Friday, correct, Tricia? We ran the current counts in each site, and the update I laid out the May count. So that was our counts in each grade level at the end of school last year, estimated projections that we had for this year before the year started, and then our current student count. Like I say, that was as of Friday. So you can see the difference from the last year count, the difference from the estimate. So as of right now, we're at 2,497 students total in the district. And the bottom, break it down by building as well. You can compare there. We're up from where we were last year. It's preliminary. It's pretty early in the year yet. So as we get into that first week of school, those numbers become more solid. So far, certainly I would say maintaining enrollment and looking good.
Very good. Moving on to the second reading of policies 301 to 306 and 522. Are there any questions on these policies?
I'm sure there were not really changes to most of those. The Title IX was the one that was different. Some changes with that one from federal level, looking at sexual harassment investigations, identifying how those processes work in districts, and we're working through all those trainings and such are required with that. But the other ones were pretty much just an update, no really changes in them.
Okay, thanks, Jeremy. Moving on to our action items, approval of the 2021 strategic plan goals. I think Jeremy's going to run through these for us.
So with the goals, the first one I have listed here is each year we take from the strategic plan and we identify the goals we're going to focus on for the current school year. Last year with the pandemic closing, we had the first one listed there, the World's Best Workforce Goal. That's off our plan. That's goal 3.1. We weren't able to complete the measurement for that because we didn't have the end of the year assessments that we would have needed to complete that one. So I propose that we maintain that one this year and continue to measure that one. That's one we measure every year, but really looking at the measurements again this year with that one. That will leave us with 4 goals that haven't been a focus yet since we started the strategic plan in 2017. So I propose we take 2 for this year and we keep 2 as focus for next year. And the 2 that I would propose we focus on this year are, first one is, get the number wrong, the technology one, goals area 6, so 6.1 through 6.3. And that's maximize use of technology to enhance the work of staff and students. We know, I feel this is a good focus this year, looking at all the work we're doing with technology through distance learning and the different pieces involved in that. I think it makes a lot of sense to really focus and spend a lot of time digging into that one this year. Looking at our technology plan, talking about the digital divide for students that are more comfortable with some of that and some additional needs that we have in some areas, and really developing that plan for a future technology plan. It's something we update every year, but maybe digging into more this year to be part of that. And then measuring students' engagement with that. We added some survey pieces last year that we were pretty excited about, and we can do more with this year, not only digging into, but then how that develops the plan going forward. So I'd like to see that be a focus off the plan for this year. And the other one for this year is the 21st century skills. This would be goal number 8. So 8.1 and 8.2 would be the objectives for that one. Looking at this 21st century skills, looking at expansion of high school career and technical ed courses, talking about kind of that grow your own and how to get people, some of our kids excited about some different careers, really focused in partnership with different businesses and some things that we have as options there. I think we'd focus on and be good focus for this year, looking at next steps with that within the high school level, and then implement a plan for students graduating career, college, and life ready. Looking at the world's best workforce would be a big piece of that too, and our A&I goals that all to kind of tie together. So propose those would be our 2 action steps for this year, and then that would leave goal number 1, the communications plan, and goal number 7, the it's 21st century skills focused again to the exploring variety of post-secondary career options would be our focuses for next year.
Thank you. I will make a motion to approve. I should have done this first, but we'll do it now. Do I have a
I'll
second?
second. This is Bill.
I'll second.
Bill already seconded it, Bill.
Okay. Fine.
Any further questions or discussion? If not, I'll call for the vote. And that is approved. Our next item is authorization to add a Title IX non-discrimination statement to the handbooks. I will make a motion to approve.
I will second Ricky Zane.
Any further discussion on this?
Chair, this is part of that Title IX legislation that passed and that updated policy that you just reviewed too. This is a required statement that we put in handbooks. So because the handbooks have already been approved, we're asking for authorization to add this to those handbooks.
Sounds good, thank you. I'll call for the vote. And that is approved. Does anybody else have anything to add? If not, the meeting is adjourned. Thanks, everyone.
Nice job, Matt. Thank you.